You don't even shake people anymore. Do you still shake people? Do you still hug people? So which of them is difficult for you to follow? Whether strictly or at all, which of these? Physical distancing, is that difficult for you to follow? Washing your hands consistently with clean water and soap, is that difficult for you to follow? Using a sanitizer when you can't wash, is that difficult for you to follow? Or wearing a face mask, which of them is difficult for you to follow? And if you're not a believer, feel free to join the conversation. Because we've been told that when you wear a mask, you're not just protecting yourself, you're actually protecting others. Because many people have, been found to carry the coronavirus without showing symptoms. So they're asymptomatic. They have it, they're not showing, so you can't tell. Like HIV, they show for face. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Which of them do you find difficult to follow? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm cute. My name is Guideline, and I'm calling from Rome, Africa.
Let's hear you.
Among all that I hate so much is covering my face with nose mask. So much. I hate anything to touch my face. Sometimes you look at somebody and because it's covering his face, you won't recognize. In fact, the nose is covered. You won't recognize the person anymore to greet us to say hello. Now, I was thinking in the past that only musicians that wear nose mask, maybe in their place of work and all that. I didn't foresee that one day I'll be a musician wearing nose mask and moving about the street. And that among us is this one that I hate so much. I can engage in social distancing. I can avoid crowds. But this one particularly, it pains me to the bone marrow. Thank you. My name is Gordon Mike.
All right, pains you, but would you stick to it? Would you get used to it? Good morning.
Yeah, I know. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay. My name is Adhere, calling you from Port Harcourt.
All right, let's hear the one that you find difficult.
I think wearing nose mask is the one I find difficult to do, even though I have like two always on me. But at times, you just go to somewhere where it's compulsory. Like I was in Bori Camp, I think, last week. And the rules there is that if you don't wear nose mask, you can't enter. So I have to buy immediately at the gate there before I entered. And many a times you just forget. As soon as you get through those stuff, you just forget. Yesterday I was on one of the supermarkets, among the two new ones in Shoba there. I was almost the only person wearing nose mask.
Oh,
I
really?
just decided to wear it. Hello?
I said, really?
Yes, I was among the in short, I was the only person that wore correctly, even though you saw
people wearing on their chin.
But they did not wear well. I deliberately decided to do that. And it was like a funny look, as in, where is this guy coming from? Or is it an Adhere or something? The look, the facial expression on people's face from the entrance to where you're looking for what you want to buy, and people just meeting people. They were like, this one still at this level, we don't pass. I don't know. I think a lot of people find it difficult to do, but if we wear it, like you said, we're protecting others and protecting ourselves. But the area I like more is washing of hands. I have the sanitizer. As soon as I shake like 2-3 people, I just duck somewhere.
You still shake people?
Yes, I still shake people. Many a times you just you don't know. It's just like part of us. We shake people from childhood to this time, and before you know, you already stretch your hand, you shake like 2-3 times. So and I don't feel just again. Before you know, you shake one person like 4-5 times, and when and when you realize, wow. Just put the sanitizer, clean your hand, and just move on. Well done.
All right, thank you very much. Interesting. So people still shake. I mean, I see a lot of guys do the fist bump. Yeah, fist bump. Yeah. I don't shake people. I find it very, I mean, the pandemic gave me a reason to just authenticate that thing that I've never really liked, shaking people, because you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know where their hands have been. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mr. Zion. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, the whole issue, initially, A to Z was a problem to me. How can I just start washing my hands just like that? Just sanitizing like that, and nose mask just like that. But amidst the heat of the pandemic, in my place of work, I saw 3-4 people died.
Ooh.
I saw about 8 to 9 of my colleagues sent to quarantine. As I'm talking to you now, a memo just released yesterday. My place of work now is compulsory. No nose masks, go back home. Be you a director, be you whoever, go back home. Wash stands are available, sanitizers are available as I'm talking to you right now. You can listen my voice, of course, not the usual that clear. I'm putting on nose masks. Wash our hands steady, sanitize steady, and honestly, I think we are now conscious again that the virus is indeed real. Do you know why we are conscious now? Because some of our colleagues are already sick and they send them home last week Wednesday, thinking it was just ordinary sickness. When the test results came up,
Very positive.
So everybody is conscious. As I'm talking to you now, that office has been sanitized. So they have to do every necessary. All the people that work with those guys, they are now in quarantine 14 days. By the grace of God, I'm at work. Well, we are not wishing it affects them, because if it affects those people, most of us will also go 14 days, which means it's a problem to us. And these are not the time you want to stay at home. Mothers are working. Let's leave about those allowances that will come later. But our health is more important.
All right.
So, my place of work, we have activated all the
Okay, so aside work, right? Aside at the office, when you get home or when you leave the office, do you still mask up?
Well, I do mask up not at home, but my other business environment.
Okay.
My other business environment. And even in a place of work, I think initially we activated the code which we call MAN. That's our protocol. But now we have activated another one because of how serious it was. We now call it WOMAN. It's an acronym.
All right.
Mr. Zion.
Thank you for calling. And don't forget, just yesterday, Nigeria recorded the highest single daily infection rate figures. The first so far, 1,000. I think 914. That's been the highest so far, just yesterday. So something is going on. Jeff Daniel writing on Twitter, I do all the above. That's talking about social distancing, physical distancing, washing of hands, using a sanitizer, and wearing a face mask. Says, I do all the above, even as my pics here can tell. But you see that distancing? Humans are hard to cope with, because you might want to give someone a fist bump if necessary. They'll be the one to hold your hand, saying, my guy, shake me well. Koro isn't in Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Who do we have on the phone?
Yeah, my name is Enoh, coming from Katamadi.
All right, Dennis, let's hear you.
Okay. Well, for me, I like the face mask. I'm used to it. I wear it every time. It's only even my daughter is the one that removed my own from my face if I get to the house. I almost wear it even in the house too. My daughter that will pull it off my face. Sometimes she will bring it and still put it back again. So it has become part of me. Then the sanitizer is normal. I still shake. But once I shake, I sanitize. So sanitize, I always sanitize. It's only the washing that is a little bit tough for me. I can't tell you, I'm not used to washing except when I want to eat. But sanitizing, face mask, I'm used to both of them. They are already part of me. So everybody else has to be conscious, and while we fight this battle together.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. No.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Andy. I'm calling from Lakaya. Yeah, I think people tend to help themselves or destroy themselves. Whether you like it or not, the pandemic is there. Somebody came the other day. I was saying, yeah, my brother, leave that thing. Nothing they happened. That thing no day. I asked him, is it because you were asked to wash your hands or use 200 naira nose mask? That is why you are doubting it. Okay, brother, why do you wash your hand before you eat? Why not as soon as you just get home, you just take the food and you start eating? You say that one is normal. It's normal what? So what is normal is normal, and you cannot do it because you want to disobey the government. And tomorrow you pray to God, God, please help me. Let the government listen to us. How will the government listen to you when it comes to the little you know you can do for yourself? Just because it's government that gave the order. Please, I want to urge everybody like me, as I'm going out, I have so many of them. The nose mask, you wash it very well. You use it, you wash your hand, use your sanitizer. It's for your own good. It's not the good of the government. I wonder why people begin to sit down and say, it's a lie, it's a lie. It's a lie where? And it's killing people. People that have more of the machines and how to take care of themselves, they're using it. Please, let's help ourselves. The little we can know how we can do, let's do for ourselves. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And those are the non-pharmaceutical protocols that we must follow. So the figure reported by the NCDC yesterday was actually 1,964. Wow. 1,964. That's just about 36 shy of 2,000 coronavirus infections yesterday alone. And this is as a result of the testing and the results coming out. So more tests are being done, and the results will follow. Lagos so far has those in admission, 8,511. The FCT has about 4,278, and then it goes into hundreds. So I'll get into that in a bit. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Johnson calling from Rumingdale.
All right, let's hear you, Johnson.
Yeah, the one I find difficult is that a face mask. My ear is paining me. My ear is paining me.
How? What does your mask look like?
It's the number one now. Those material.
No. Are you using cloth or the one that the doctors normally wear?
The cloth.
Okay, so you bought a cloth mask.
Yes.
So did you try to get another type if that bothers you?
I've even tried several of them.
So did you try to see a doctor?
No.
You should if you're having.
No, why should I see a doctor? It's a normal business. The thing sometimes it will be working and the pain and sometimes it's suffocating. I will try to remove it and all that. So it's only where they are somebody.
Okay, so when you say ear pain, you mean the flap, your outer ears, just you're uncomfortable,
not inside.
Pain. Okay.
Not inside.
All right.
Yes.
So that's the one that you have an issue with.
Yeah, that is the only one I have issue with. But the other one, the washing of hands and the sanitizer, I don't have issue, and the social distancing, I don't have issue. But that very one is in
maybe
issue.
You should try a face shield then. The one that you wear like glasses.
Maybe I will try that.
Yeah, you should. You should try that. That has nothing to do with your ears. So after Lagos and the FCT, Plateau has 653 active cases, those on admission. Kaduna has 659. Oyo has 723. Rivers has 755. Nasarawa has 1,072. Okay, so after Lagos and FCT, the next state with the most active cases, those on admission, is Nasarawa, followed by Rivers State at 755. And so far, we have recorded 76 deaths in Rivers State. That's according to the NCDC website. You can check it out, ncdc.gov.ng. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Enoh.
Yes, who are we talking to?
This is Fred calling from Element.
All right, Fred, let's hear you.
See, the nose mask. Nose mask has actually changed the shape of all Nigerians.
Really?
The shape of their ears. Almost everybody here now is looking like Zomo. Our ears used to be flat to the head, but now everybody's ear is just standing like rat everywhere. The nose mask is giving us a problem.
Giving you a problem?
Hello?
It's giving you a problem.
Yeah, it's giving problems
Yeah,
to
but
us.
but
Not
there,
only me, everybody's complaining of it.
no, that's not the case. And there are other options. You can use a face shield if you want.
And apart from that, the issue of even announcing and singing about this COVID-19 every time, that is even creating more problems for people.
How?
If actually COVID-19 can be treated, if you go to the hospital, they say take chloroquine, take this. What government should do is, if you have any issue of malaria or whatever, take chloroquine, and with that, life goes on. And
So-
now we are in Harmattan now. If you go to the north, during this period, this is the period of malaria throughout the whole Africa.
Hello,
So
sir.
COVID-19 cannot survive in Harmattan.
Hello, sir.
COVID-19 cannot withstand Harmattan.
Hello,
so
sir.
what is happening now is malaria, not
That's
COVID-19.
that's not correct. And what you have just said, please do well not to repeat it anywhere where humans are gathered, because you're going to do a lot of people a great disservice. There is COVID-19. Doctors have been infected. Doctors have died. Health workers have died. Do you know what that means? That's huge. That's super huge. So don't say there's no COVID-19. There is COVID-19, and saying that the weather would do or not do, that's not even tenable, because abroad, when it was very cold, there were cases. When it was hot, there were cases. So how are we going to escape that reality? And I like that, aside the mask, this type that I wear. I'm alone, so there's also the face shield, the one you can wear like glasses or just strapped to your forehead. But COVID is real, and it kills. But there is a way to prevent yourself. So it's cheaper and easier to prevent than to get infected. And the pain, the discomfort, and the cost of treating. And you see, when you're ill, it's not just you, your family members are at risk as well. And then the doctors that are exposed to treating you again, and other people who are infected, you're putting their lives at risk as well. So it's not a one-man disease. It affects you. There's another community that will be actively affected by your negligence. Wash your hands where you can't with soap and clean water. Use a sanitizer. Wear a face mask. And observe social distancing. We're Nigerian for commercial has to play. Afterwards, we wrap this up. Stay tuned. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, going back to you to take final thoughts on this matter. We're looking at the non-pharmaceutical COVID protocols. Wash your hands with soap and clean water. Use sanitizer where you can't find water. Wear a face mask and physical distancing. Which do you find more difficult to adhere to or to observe? Messages here on the topic of increased figures in the rate of infection in Nigeria. Please do not be fooled or alarmed. In 2020, the figures were not accurate due to lack of testing facilities and protocols in place. The rate of infection has always been on the rise, but recently there have been more testing done as more people are conscious and the disease and the impact of seeing loved ones die around. To me, the figure will be much higher given the population in Nigeria. I've always stated that the rate that was being reported in 2020 was skewed based on the one rate analysis per capita of the population. Chinedu sent that in from London. Patoki says, for me, Korea is real, but the federal government should stop giving us wrong numbers. Patoki, Dr. Ntia was here, I believe, just before the end of last year, and he said the figures are actually less than it should be because, not enough testing, primarily. Good morning. Hello? Good morning. All right, let's let you do whatever it is you're doing. Melodies in Uniport says, to be honest, I barely remember any of those rules, although naturally hand washing is part of me, but I have had almost all the symptoms of COVID in recent times. Okay, whatever else is there. Thank you. Well, he's a bit curious about the state of other illnesses like malaria, that have been around. Good morning. Put off the radio, please.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes. To add to what you are discussing, for me, washing of hands when coming from outside is a must, and also sanitizing my hands whenever I have a handshake or come from outside. And of course, wearing face mask. But one interesting thing too is that most of the religious organizations are not teaching their followers the seriousness of this COVID-19.
You think so?
Yes. You see church gatherings, church assemblies continue without God. Interestingly, the Bible book of Proverbs chapter 28 verse 14 says, happy is the man who is always of God, but he that harden his heart will fall into calamity. So I think that Bible principle applies to this matter of COVID-19. So if we are foolhardy to say COVID-19 will not survive in our climate, or by the spirit and blood of Jesus it will not touch me, I think that is inviting calamity. My name is Joseph. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling. Anthony says, at first I get migraine when I wear the face shield, and the nose mask makes my outer ear pain me a lot. Still, I have to wear it to be safe and save others. Wearing the mask is not the only issue. Not forget to carry it on my way out also. Do you drop it? Oh, okay. The other issue I have is to try to accommodate those who think the virus doesn't exist into my space. On a lighter note, imagine supervising a test in a large classroom and all the students are wearing face masks and some people are talking. Well, it takes more effort to talk loud, so it will be easy for you, text, to find them. Lights. The virus is real, especially when testing is usually carried out. I tested positive after my quarantine and was declared unfit and put in isolation for 14 days because I work with oil and gas, but I'm free of it now. I think we should be told more on how to get out of it and prevent, because it has destroyed a lot of livelihoods. I've not been able to work since I tested positive. Now I use the mask always and I'm more careful about it. Sometimes we'll have to have personal experiences for them to be able to, deal with the reality of the COVID-19 pandemic or the virus. But that's a wrap this morning. Let's not forget that we need to protect ourselves and protect those we love. Wear your face mask and dispose of it properly too. That's another thing that we're going to have to deal with now. People carry the mask around. You have to dispose of it properly. Wash your hands as often as you can with soap and clean water, and when you can't, use a sanitizer. And of course, social distancing. For me, that's not an issue at all. Oh my. Wear your face mask. Wash your hands. Use a sanitizer. And observe physical distancing. My name is Enoh Ogbevire. Thank you for joining the conversation.